for those with good taste.
Let's get back onto things that we can actually have opinions on. And I mean, I guess I can.
Some would say we have
microphone.
too many opinions on Kong versus Godzilla, but we're excited for it. Runtime's out. Let us know what you think. But you know what else is out, buddy?
The trailer of sorts.
Would you call it a trailer? It's more of a teaser.
Okay, a teaser.
Yeah,
okay,
I think that's the proper
Yeah,
term.
It was a teaser.
Yeah.
They teased us about Spider-Man and how Tom Holland likes to, give away the plot of movies.
He does that a lot, doesn't he?
They didn't make it a so subtle joke in the teaser.
How does he keep his job?
But he's great at it.
I know he's really good.
It's that easy, dude. Like, how did I don't want to throw.
Yeah, don't take us down a weird.
I was gonna
how did Bill
insult.
Clinton keep his job?
Well, so that would thanks. That's actually better than what I'm asking now. So let's go with that one.
Yeah,
dude, OJ.
Well, that was different. He stopped playing football after he murdered people.
He's still doing. He's got a job now. No,
I don't think you can call. I don't think you can call
memorabilia salesman.
I don't think you can call Twitter a job, because at this point he's spending way more time on Twitter than anything else. But if you're spending your time on Twitter,
you probably saw this teaser.
You probably saw the teaser for Spider-Man: No Way Home. It has a name. So there's no more speculation, no more hot gossip on what the new installment's going to be.
If anything, this brought more confirmation than speculation.
Yeah, it helped answer a few questions, at least to what extent we're going to be, what direction we're taking with this film. What'd you think?
Of the name? It's.
Oh, there's a lot of
like my I'm not blown away by it, but I think that it makes a lot of sense if we are in fact going to get him like lost in the Spider-Verse or something like that. It made me think like Madam Web. Can we get a Madam Web a sighting in this?
Yeah.
Does that make sense in an actual movie universe?
I don't see why not.
Okay.
I mean, if you
There's
do
a weird little room she had set up there.
Yeah, if you do a multiverse, dude, it really opens up all the possibilities. I don't think you can shut any of those doors. I am a bit concerned though, because when I first saw this headline, No Way Home, I was like, man, are they actually going to stick to maybe giving us some repercussions for his identity being thrown out there at Far From Home?
Yeah.
I had a lot of questions.
Like No Way Home could be he's on the run. Yeah.
Like he's on the run. He's got to answer a lot of questions. But when I looked more into it, I'm like, man, Marvel doesn't do a good job at closing doors like that. Like they'll usually leave something up there like that and like, we're going to do a sequel. And then you just never get your questions answered. So if they do jump into a multiverse, is the multiverse how he escapes from the persecution of being Spider-Man? What's to come?
Do you think they've pigeonholed themselves a little much with having the word home in all of their titles? Is it okay if they go away from that? I mean, I don't mind having a theme to what they're doing here, but at the same time, it is like, why do they all have to have home in them? What value is that necessarily like adding? I guess it's like a cool little gimmick shtick, so to speak.
It almost makes it seem like a TV show, and you're going to have a cool little tagline for everything that the character goes through. Mm-hmm. With Homecoming, we get reintroduced to our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man as a new person. Somebody that we knew from Civil War, but he gets his own backstory. Then we get Far From Home, and I don't really know if that trailer. Hey, Bailey.
What's up, B?
I don't know if that actually ties into the movie at all.
So, I mean, Far From Home, obviously, it's like he wasn't at home, so it made sense.
He's overseas.
Where it got from that, like, and maybe we're reading too much to it, because what more did Far From Home really lend to the title? Somebody out there's probably got like a good answer to this.
We won't know until they hit us in the comments.
But what did that really lend to the movie other than the fact that he was overseas? And so maybe we're reading too much into No Way Home, and maybe it doesn't
because No Way Home does make sense in both of those instances. Maybe he's on the run, or maybe he gets stuck in this multiverse and just isn't able to come back to the universe that is his own. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of questions.
Well, I mean, he'll have to get some help, I suppose. Like that's where Doctor Strange is going to come in. He's supposed to be in this one. So
and Peter Porker. I hope we get Peter Porker.
Well, that'd be a cool. Like, do you think there's a world where we get like, because they've already announced like 1 million people to be in this movie, so they somehow cross over with the animated world?
I just hope it's not one of those things where they give us so many different name members for a cast, and then you under deliver on like some of the Easter egg stuff.
Oh well, I guarantee you, some of this is going to be really quick in and out stuff.
No, don't say that.
I have to.
That's my inner fan being upset. It's what Marvel does. I am excited for it. I do think that there's a lot of possibilities that we will get to see a new side of the storyline. We just don't know what that is yet.
Yeah. So the other news out here with Tom Holland, our guy Tom Holland, right now, he had some stuff to say about Uncharted, a game franchise that for me I'm a big fan of. It's one of my favorite overall, I think, franchises. I enjoy the gameplay a lot. The games get a little repetitive in some ways, but the gameplay, and especially the character of Nathan Drake, the character he's going to be playing, it's great. I think he's a really iconic like video game character. So this is a movie a video game I always thought could really lend itself to becoming a really good movie. Yeah. He came out though and he reviewed his own performance, which is kind of odd, and I wanted to talk about it just because I can't think of a lot of times, and I'll get into what he actually said in a second, but where you get an honest bit of feedback from an actor before a film's even come out. So he was talking about his performance, and he was kind of saying, and I'm paraphrasing this, that he didn't like maybe the bravado that he had in some scenes, and that he was trying to be a little too like, I'm an action star now. And he wanted to like
channeling his inner Stallone.
When this like the Drake like poses that you can do in video games with like the light hits you perfectly and all that shit. Like he was kind of just trying to
play into that.
And he was saying that he wishes maybe, or something he's learned from that is that he wouldn't do that again. And I really appreciate something that we've seen and we talked about. The reason this kid gets caught up giving out spoilers so often is he's probably just too honest.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. He seems like a kid who just kind of lets his emotions live on his sleeve, and he's going to.
I think that's why he works so well at Spiderman, though, right?
Yeah,
he seemed like a kid.
Genuine.
When you've seen him from the first second you saw him in Civil War till now, I think you've just looked at him as like that
childish,
energy,
kiddish,
that is there with him. So yeah,
it does bring the question when you say we haven't really seen that before. You don't get a lot of feedback from a big star on a performance. It'd be great to see, someone like RDJ say, hey, I really felt like I wasn't as good in Sherlock Holmes 1 as I was in Sherlock Holmes 2 before it ever comes out.
You definitely get instances of people being like years later
after,
like, fuck yeah, that was a bad choice,
because
I knew that movie was going to be dog shit. I remember doing like the interviews and saying it was good and being like I was a fucking idiot.
Yeah, and you're probably instructed by whoever's handling the movie, whoever's doing promotion, like, hey, we know that's how you feel, don't say anything, right? Don't answer any questions about your takes on the film or filming and all that until after. With Tom Holland, we've spoke about, he's very outspoken. He's this generation's Spider-Man, I guess you could say. So he's a younger guy. He needs to be with social media and, contact and communicate with his fans. And he's never been one to shy away from giving out information.
So I guess the big question coming out of this then poses as does this negatively impact your expectation for the movie? Or does it make you, is this something you're just going to pay attention to when you watch it? Does it matter? Like, I don't even know. Does this matter at all?
No, I don't think it does, at least not for me. And feel free if it does for you. Because for me, I watch films with a complete open mind. As much as you can, honestly. I'm one of those people that I like most movies that people don't for different reasons. This just makes me more interested in seeing what he was able to do with the role. And was he being too hard on himself? Maybe this is one of those things where he's gotten so good at his craft that he's just over critiquing himself.
Well, that's definitely a real possibility, is that we're all our own worst critics, right? And that he probably like is a fucking psycho, because I'm sure a lot of people who are very good at their job are, where he probably gets home at night after some of these days and you're just like, when you say something stupid and you spend like 2 hours like
or 3 days
that moment and you're like, I'm so fucking dumb.
Yeah, taking showers are hard. You're like, fuck man, why did I say that at dinner the other night?
Have you ever seen the movie Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds?
Have I?
The part where he gets done with like the date and he goes back to his car and he's just like losing it in the fucking car, like freaking out.
Most relatable moment ever.
And she realizes she forgot her gloves, so she comes back and she just awkwardly like stands outside the car while he just flips the fuck out.
She's just like, left my purse.
Yes. Yeah. So it's like and that's the most like relatable thing in the world. So I imagine he got done with a couple days of doing the shoot and he was like, dude, why the fuck did I stand there like that? And everybody was just looking at me like, dude, the scene's over. And he's like, I just kept standing there. Why did I fucking do that?
It also could be one of those things where someone else said something to him. Like somebody just giving him feedback, like, hey, had a chance to catch maybe 3 of your scenes. Kind of seemed like a douche. Don't do that next time. He just man, is he?
Am I really a douche?
Was I being a douche that whole time? All right, I gotta go hit Twitter with this right now, figure out what's going on. No, it doesn't keep me from wanting to watch it. I love Tom Holland enough where this just makes me appreciate him as an artist more, and I want to support him.
For those with good taste.